Yo, welcome to my podcast and welcome to my channel. It's Swavey Keys. And I just want to get on what I think of the Suns off season since I haven't really spoke about it that much. So basically, long story short, this is what the Suns did. Suns basically, to me, look like James Jones' plan was to add veterans, which we needed, and shooting, which we needed. So he already came in and did more than our last GM, in my opinion. Our last GM, a lot of the times he just had, a lot of G League players out here surrounded with Booker, and that explains our record the past couple years. I think we're gonna be a lot better. But so far it looks like the starting lineup is gonna be Rubio, which I like. Booker. I feel like Oubre's gonna start just because he's a little more, you know, he's a little more all around better player right now than Mikal is. Mikal's going into his second season, so I expect Mikal. We all expect Mikal to be really good though. Dario Saric at the 4, and then of course Ayton at the 5. That already is a huge upgrade from last season. Last season, going into the year, we had Isaiah Cannon at point, Book, Ariza, I believe, and Ryan Anderson and Ayton. So we at those three positions right now. Of course, you're taking Rubio over Cannon. At the 3 right now, I believe most are taking Oubre over Ariza. Ariza is like older, like just vet player now. He's past what he used to be. And then at the 4, of course, everyone's taking Sarge over Ryan Anderson. So we already upgraded those positions from the. Then the bench. Our bench last year was basically what Josh Jackson, Jamal Crawford, guys like that. I respect those guys. I know a lot of people don't like Josh Jackson. It makes sense. I'm not even gonna get into the Josh Jackson thing. I still hope he does well in Memphis. Jamal Crawford, he's like another older like vet player. He can still get his buckets, but he's not prime Jamal Crawford. And then we didn't have Holmes. I liked Holmes too. Holmes was a good backup. Everybody else, we really didn't have depth like that. Mikal was a rookie. We had Elliot Coble and guys like that, Melton, playing. Eventually, one of those guys had to start. So you see, it just looked really bad last season until we got Tyler Johnson, and then we looked like a better team last season once we had NBA players around. And we had Tyler Johnson and Oubre came in when everybody was helping. They was playing together. TJ Warren too. We looked like a actual competitive NBA team. Even in the games we did lose, they were close. The Rockets game we had ended up losing towards the end of the year. That was a really close game at the end. I think Josh missed a clutch shot. We missed something else clutch happened. We messed up in the end of it, but we looked like a good team. We beat good teams. We beat the Bucks, Warriors, beat the Lakers when they really needed that game. We was beating good teams. So I think we're gonna do a lot better. I want to get on the Cam Johnson thing because the jokes about we took a guy older than Booker. So I'm bro, it really does not matter. If he's hooping, it really doesn't matter what nobody's talking about. I know a lot of people say it was a reach, which I agree it was a reach. But I don't care because he's the best shooter in the draft. So you know what you're getting. You're getting size and shooting automatically off the rip. That's what you're getting. Ty Jerome, you're getting shooting, high IQ. Both of them two high IQ rookies. Both of them that we got, and both could shoot. Teams are not going to be able to just pile up on Booker anymore because we got a lot more shooting on the team. Frank Kaminsky is a shooter. Sarge can shoot. Like I said, the two rookies can shoot. I expect Ayton to start shooting threes this year. I think Oubre will be a better shooter. Mikal's going to shoot a lot better, I believe, than he did his rookie season. His rookie season, I guess, was a little disappointment, shooting from 3 for most of us Suns fans. Thought we'd be a little bit, because he started off a little bad shooting the 3 ball, but I think he got better over the year. But I really, really like what the Suns did. I know a lot of people think we overpaid Rubio, but this guy on Twitter, AZ Sports Zone, I believe that's what it is. Shout out him. He mentioned that Rubio's the 16th highest paid point guard, If that's overpaid, bro, I don't know how overpaid is he if he's just like 16th, 17th highest paid point guard. He's really not that overpaid. I guess it just depends on what people think of Rubio. Like Rubio's main flaw is his shooting, but everything else he does real well. He looked good yesterday too, playing against Team USA for country Spain. In their little game, he looked like one of the best guards out there on the court. He's playing against his former teammate Mitchell. I think I'll get into a prediction because I know somebody asked. I said I would answer the questions that I asked for on Twitter and Instagram. Somebody had asked if we were what I think Suns' record is going to be. I believe, and I know Suns going to have to show us before we really even like get into what they really could do. They're going to have to show us. They're going to have to prove they could at least win over 26 games. But I'm going to give them, I said we're going to win around 32, 35 games. That's what I feel. I feel like we're going to be a lot more competitive, and a lot of the games are going to be close. And I feel like if a lot of the games are close, because a lot of our games last year and the years before don't end up close, so we never get the chance for Booker to even close them because we're getting blown out. If we keep a lot of games close, Booker's going to close a lot of those games. Booker's already one of the best closers in the league, and he's only 22. If we keep games close, which I believe we will because we improve roster, Booker actually has some help. We keep games close. Booker's going to close a lot of those games, and I think that leads to us at least getting 32 wins. At the least, I think we get 30. Because I believe Aiden's going to end up being a good guy to go to close games. You have a big man like that, you can get a ball 2 down low, slow down the game. We're going to keep games close this year. And we got a killer like Booker that's going to be closing games. It's that simple. Now, what else did I want to get to? Should we get into these questions then? All right, do you think the Suns are going to make the playoffs? I honestly do not. I've been saying I would not be shocked, though. I know everybody thinks we're just going to... Because it's hard for us to just say from 19 wins that we just going to hop into the playoffs. And the West probably got better. Like, the West is, like, probably even deeper now. But I do want to say I don't see how people are, like, looking at Mavs, Pelicans, and saying, oh, they might make it. Or even Kings, but say we not. How do we not have the same amount of young talent and vets as those teams? And arguably Booker is probably the best young player out of all those teams. Unless on the Mavs, I don't think it's too early for you to try to say Luka's better than Booker. I don't think he is. I don't think people really don't understand how good Booker is. And I don't know how you could say nobody on the Pelicans is better than Booker. Probably the closest person, maybe Drew. And then the Kings, nobody on the Kings is better than Booker. So, but to answer your question, probably not. I think if they surprise people, they really have a shot at the 8 seed, though. Who has always been your favorite player growing up? My favorite players growing up were like the Suns players and LeBron, basically. So like Nash, Amari, Marion, and like LeBron. So growing up, at least when I got older, it ended up being like guys like Paul George and like, of course, like Suns players now. So Kawhi, dudes like that. What player could you see taking a big jump next year? First, I'm gonna go with somebody on the Suns. I think Oubre is gonna like establish himself like as one of the best two-way starting threes in the league. I feel like his offense is about to get a lot better. His defense has already been good since he's been in the league. I think he's gonna get better at passing. Like I think Oubre might get close to like 18, 19 points per game, and he's already like a really good defender. And then somebody else, I'm gonna go with Fox on the Kings. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if he like got put in the conversation as like a top 5 point guard next season. Like he's really, he about to be nice. I think this Team USA thing gonna be good for him too. I think he gonna push himself into that category to be talking about. Like, is he a top 5 point guard next season? I think he gonna go crazy. All right, last question. I'll do the rest in the next episode. Who goes to the playoffs first, Hawks or Mavericks? That's a good question, to be honest. Because I was just talking about how, you know what? Give me Hawks because they in the East. I think Kristaps is going to take a little while to get back to himself. I don't think they make it this year, honestly. I'll be shocked, honestly, if they did. That would be elite, though, to see Luka in the playoffs. But I'm going to go with Hawks because they're in the East. Like, the Hawks could have, like, a little surprise season, and they won't even have to win that many games just to make, like, the 8th seed or something. So I'll go with the Hawks. I appreciate whoever watched this video, whoever's listening to this podcast. Next episode will be up quick. Subscribe to the pod, subscribe to the channel. We'll get a lot more sports hoops, mostly basketball, but we're going to get a lot more sports talk. I said sports hoops. Sports talk going on. Appreciate you.